And I'm back! Also, it's officially October. Yay! Spooky season! And what better way to kick off October with mine and Disney's new Halloween reruns favorite show, The Owl House. A fun show about a human girl wanting to learn how to become a witch after following an owl into a portal door to the demon realm. I know that's like not the whole premise of the show, as later on there's more going on, but that's pretty much the start. Luz Nocera is the main character and stays with the owl lady, aka Eda, her mentor, and her pet/child King. There's other characters as well, but the main trio is Luz, Eda, and King. Now, I genuinely loved this show and was pretty much hyper fixated on it to like probably a healthy/unhealthy amount. Like, I wasn't sending cupcakes with razor blades obsessed, but like more stay up till 4 a.m. and watch the early access episodes and scream with my friends about how good or bad the episodes were, which you will hear me scream about season 2B and season 3 a lot, so yeah, get ready as I have a lot of bones to pick with it, especially Hunter and like everyone else, cause what the fuck. But that's later, cause we're gonna talk about Amity, since she's the one I had the most ideas for her redesign. Now, Amity wasn't, and still kinda isn't, a character I care too much about. Like, she's great, don't get me wrong. I love an overachiever mean girl, turned overachiever nice girl, always a fun story arc. And while I love that Dana gives realish problems to her characters, I always felt Amity was done slightly dirty. I mean, to me, her family was always more interesting than her. I mean, I felt way more for Edric's one episode than I had for all of Amity's screen time. And I kind of blame it on the fact they never used her enough outside of Luz. Yes, Luz is the one who gets the ball rolling for the love story and character growth, and that's great. That's a great start for the character. Perfectly fine if that's how you want to start off your character's arc, but we never got like any Amity B plots that didn't include Luz. Well, besides Eclipse Lake, but even then Luz was there in spirit. And I understand that the show was ending abruptly, but they really should have made time for Amity and Willow. I mean, did we really need any Sport in a Storm, or Them's the Break Kids, or Labyrinth Runners, or Titan Where Art Thou? Cause trust me, those episodes could have been scrapped or reworked to have characters actually have time to breathe. Now don't get me wrong, I know they tried to give Amity and Willow something in Labyrinth Runners, but yeah, while the Sailor Moon reference may have placated others, it did not for me. I'm still salty about it, and forever will be. Also, don't get me wrong, I like Amity's overall character. I just found her boring compared to everyone else. Like I even have Gus above her, which is saying something considering that Gus got sidelined so much. But like, off the top of my head, the main two things I know about Amity 100% is she likes the Azura books, or books in general, and is very good at abominations. I know there's slightly more, because I'm not going to include Luz that's more relationship based than actual like things that Amity likes to do or is interested in. Because roughly, I do think that in reaching out, we see she's interested in other things. So, like, they were trying, but, like, I just wish we'd seen more of it, like, not full-fledged episodes or anything like that, but, like, small, little things that hint to more. Like, for example, like the Grudgeby episode flashback thingy, you know, I liked that. I like when we got little things like that. Anyway, yeah, while she isn't my favorite character, she's a bit overlooked. I do think she's still a pretty fun character, if not a bit cringe sometimes. But hey, they're all, like, what, 14 in the series, minus Hunter, who's 16. But still, even though I don't care too much about Amity overall, I still think she was fun when she had more to do. But let's move on to the design or we'll be here all day. Anyway, so her design is pretty much fine. Obviously, due to it being a show, the details of a character were simplified, well, till Rain. But yeah, season 1 and season 2, Amity's fit is pretty much the bare minimum of detail and also cool girl who wears black. But like, I kind of get why, because if you'll notice, she's the only one who wears like the stereotypical witch outfit, long robe, stockings, and pointed heels, though Amity's are just regular boots, but But still, she's also got her moon theme going on with her necklace and shoes, plus her palisman is a cat. So yeah, Amity is pretty much the standard stock witch design, which isn't a bad thing. She plays it off pretty well, like her outfit really fits her and the world. It's not too old looking like Eda and Lilith's looks, but it's also not too new looking either. It's a healthy blend of old and new. The only real problem I have is the fact she's been allowed to wear it. Like, think about it. We've known since the beginning Amity's mother is a bit of a control freak / perfectionist. I mean, the twins are dressed to match each other, and their outfits are far more old school looking. And while we don't know about the glamour stones, we do know that chest gems are old fashioned, since they were popular when Eda was a kid. So Amity dressing like this is just weird overall when we put all of that together, especially when we know Amity's mom likes it when Amity dyes her hair green to match her. So why isn't Odalia dressing Amity as well? It can't be because she's the favorite right now. So yeah, this design is more of like what Odalia would have put her in till she starts rebelling more. Plus, y'all know me, I love a good fashion character develop moment. Anyway, I tried to keep the spirit of her main outfit, but mixed in her Grom dress and her fight dress, as both give off the vibe that it's something Odalia would approve of. And I'm not saying Amity can't have a style outside her mother, but when you're that age, the outfits you pick do sometimes end up being something that your mother would pick or like. I've done it before in middle school, like my mom had imaginary rules for my clothes, which was just basically stay completely covered and nothing tight. So a lot of the clothes that I picked for myself, by myself, stuck to her rules without me realizing it. So yeah, that's kind of why I think her Grom outfit and her fight outfit feel like something Odalia would approve of more than her actual outfit that she wears around town. But yeah, sorry, that was off topic. But yeah, those outfits felt like something Amity's mom would like to see her in more, so I used their shape for the overall outfit. So I put Amity in a ruffled chest blouse with peasant sleeves. Yes, that's what they're called. They're like bishop sleeves, just poofier. And yes, they're short on purpose. Since it's season 2, Amity should be growing more, so I wanted her sleeves to show she's getting too old for this style of dress. I also made the sleeves bigger so it's easier for her to roll them up when messing with abominations. Anyway, for her collar area, I put her in an extra long swallowtail collar, and to be honest, I just liked her battle dress collar and made it bigger because it gives the vampiric vibes I'm going for, which I will talk about later. But again, I really wanted this to feel like something Odalia would put her kid in, and the collar is so old school and pointless, but also great symbolism between Amity and her mother, because while I love that Odalia uses what I'm assuming is like a seer stone to talk to her telepathically, I never got the feeling it was supposed to bring. Plus, like, man, how I wish they used it more. Like, we see Amity wear it all the time, and it's like, how fun would it have been if like she and Luce were about to do something and the gem glows and she stops and says she can't, or like anytime Willow and Amity see each other outside of school, the gem glows. Ugh, it's the little things. But yeah, also, I know I drew the new gem and it's never confirmed if it can do the same thing as the old one, but eh. Also, I gave the pin bat wings. Don't worry, I'll explain soon. Now for her skirt. I just did a simple half circle high-waisted skirt with added crescent moon line hem to the edge of her skirt. I kind of moved the moons around because personally the moons on her shoes always bothered me, mainly the way that they sat. But also I did the rule of 3, which is basically me just using the same theme pattern 3 times, aka her moon earrings, her moon belt, and her moon skirt. Top, middle, bottom. Always a good method to try out. Also, I always found it interesting that Amity wore crescent moon stuff, and for the longest time, I always assumed it was because it had something to do with the Day of Unity, but that happens during an eclipse, so no. And then when the collectors started showing up, I was like, oh, maybe that's something. I mean, there is a small possibility, because like, we're told the Blights have a pretty long reputation, so who's to say they didn't benefit in some way due to the collectors? Though how they do that is a mystery. Cause like, I mean, all that's really left is the symbolism, which I mean works cause a crescent moon is all positive stuff, but all the moons on Amity are facing up. So yeah, I got nothing. I don't know what they mean. Maybe Dana was just like, this looks neat and went with it. Plus, I don't trust her new necklace in the show. It constantly flip-flops, so I can never tell if it's a waxing crescent moon or a waning crescent moon. So, yeah, anyway, I did add some ruffles at the end of her skirt to really pull the look together, and her shoes, they're pretty much the same, just more embellishments, aka gold tips on her toe box and heel, and instead of a moon, I put bat wings on the back of her heel counter. Oh, also her belt. I know it's weird, but trust me, she looked weirder without it. But I think it's a nice hint to what she will end up wearing after she stands up to her mother. Because you know, when you're rebellious, you usually start with your hair first. And then comes the drastic change of your wardrobe. And now for her overall appearance. So, for a fantasy show, there wasn't a lot of fantasy designs for the main characters. Stop, I hear you typing. What I mean by that is a lot of the main cast, minus King, were just your typical human-like characters. Yes, they're witches and had unique hair and eye colors along with pointed ears. And as fun as that is, and the fact that we do have more fantasy background characters, I'd still have liked there to be more mixed in with the main cast. So I made Amity more vampiric looking. Now, she's not a demon, she's still 100% a witch, she just has the features of a typical vampire. Amity's family always came off as old school vampires, but it's clear they weren't, so it always made me think, oh, what if Amity's family came from money due to the fact her original ancestors were vampire type demons? I mean, the fact Amity's family makes money from midnight sales is crazy, especially if they're freelancers and operating without a license, because there's the whole you could get arrested. So yeah, I imagine Alador has one heck of a piggy bank. Also, Alador's voice actor was in Blade Runner, so yeah. So Amity and her siblings aren't vampires, just the gene to look like one is strong. So like very long, wide ears, which does help them hear better, but they don't have echolocation. They also have small fangs that aren't noticeable unless you smile, which AU time-ish. I like to think when Luce meets Amity for the first time, she just assumes she's just a regular witch and treats her as such. And since Amity doesn't smile for a good while, Luce doesn't notice her teeth till later, and y'all know Luce, she's gonna ask Amity a lot of questions at rapid speed. So she'll ask if Amity is a vampire and say that is so cool, and then kind of stumbling into saying if Amity would bite her, which while it does make Amity blush, it also kind of puts her off as it's rude to ask that, and Amity thinks Luz is making fun of her. I like to think it's a big issue in the family that they aren't as vampiric as they used to be, and Amity was teased a lot for her and her family's inability to do the things vampires are known for, giving a fun reason to why Alador invents, Odalia wants power and status, and the twins put on faces to get people to like them, and why Amity tries so hard to be the best. Not only because it's what her mother wants, but also to show she's just as impressive without her vampiric abilities. Also, yeah, I made her look more like her dad. Amity and the twins kind of suffer same face syndrome, which I mean does make sense, they're siblings, but to share no features with their dad other than their eyes and Amity's hair color is criminal. The man's a snack. I mean, has very unique features. Even as a kid, he has pretty unique features, yet all his kids look like his wife. Big sad. So yeah, I mixed Odalia's nose and Alador's nose to give Amity her own personal feature, along with pointing her eyes down a bit, similar to her dad's. I also gave her her dad's eyebrows, and by that I mean I colored them brown. Her hair color is brown. If they're gonna make Alador's eyebrows brown, then so should hers. Also, I didn't see the harm in Amity's season 2 hair, as I think it's pretty cute. It's just the bangs. Like I don't know how it happened, but girl ended up with the biggest head and forehead, and the pixie bangs weren't helping. So I gave her fluffy V bangs and some sideburns, cause I always found it funny. Hunter was the only character with sideburns. Like dude's got a full underfade and still has sideburns, yet Amity tucking her hair behind her ear just makes that disappear. Nope. No. If they're gonna do it for Emera, we're doing it for Amity. Also her underbags are just from overstudying and kind of a vampire thing. Sleep isn't easy for them. But anyway, that is about it. I had planned to show what the rest of the family looks like, but I think I'll give them their own videos. So yeah, also please don't bash me in the comments about how the show was canceled and couldn't do X, Y, and Z. I know they were blindsided and had to scrap a lot, but to be honest, there were a few things I feel they could have done better with the time given. Personally, I think one episode where the B plot is dedicated to Amity and someone else would have worked wonders for her character in the final moments of the show. Also, this is a me thing, but Luce x Amity, while awesome to see on screen and the representation it provided, wasn't for me. Wait, hear me out first. I still ship them at the end of the day, but my heart will always see Willow and Luce as ultimate endgame, or at the very least, a super fun what if. But yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. Also, fuck the show for not including how Willow felt about Amity catching feelings for her first same-age friend in years. Like, oh, I would be fuming if my bully, or I guess bully's friend who says mean things to me, had a crush on my best friend. That would get you the quickest. I will put you in the ground if you pull the same shit you pulled with me. I don't care if you apologize from when we were kids, but the stuff you did like weeks ago still stands. Or I'd be eyeballing hard. Like, what is this bitch up to? Because I have zero trust at this point. But yeah, sad it was never brought up or included. But anyway, this was fun. I got a lot off my chest. So much to unpack after, like roughly 4 years of watching and 2 after it ended to finally say how I feel. Fun. Anyway, next video will be Eda, the owl lady. Genuinely, I should not be surprised she won the vote, which also, yay, another bird character. Fun. JK, I'm sure it'll be fun. But yeah, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and if possible, become a member. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!